You've played in the last 3 World Cups. What's it like to play in the biggest tournament in world cricket?
Yeah, it's an amazing experience to play in World Cups. I can't say that the 3 we played in, we were massively successful as we were in the ICC Trophy, but the fact that you get out there, you know, especially playing in the last one in Australia, and the first game against Australia at the MCG was quite a special environment. So I suppose for these guys now to have the opportunity to play in a World Cup at home, you know, it doesn't get much bigger than that.
You were the top run scorer for England in 2015 and are the second top scorer for England in World Cups, behind Graham Gooch, of course. It must take some pride in that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed not the fact that I, played 100 Test matches for England, but I really enjoyed the white ball cricket and getting out there and opening the batting. And it's nice to reflect sometimes when you're right up there with some of the top run scorers in England and in World Cups. So it's a nice little thing to look back. I didn't know that, but it's nice to know.
In 2019, England will be at home, of course. What sort of impact could that have?
Well, it's got a massive impact on the country. The fact that I think England are building nicely with the one-day squad they have. I think the luxury we have maybe right now in England, more so than loads of Test players to pick from, but I think in terms of white ball cricket, 2020 and 50 over, there's a number of players that are available. The squad looks very exciting, I think, going into 19, and I think we're building quite nicely. I think also the experience a lot of our white ball players are getting in different tournaments around the world at the minute as well is only enhancing their skills. But I think the excitement, I think certainly from the players' side of things, to play in a World Cup at home is as good as it gets. I mean, the only taste I've had is obviously, like I said, the ICC Trophy, so it's going to be even bigger for those guys. And I suppose the expectation will be high, but it'll be definitely something special for those guys to be involved in.
Yes, England has hosted a couple of Champions trophies, hasn't it, in recent years. In 2013, you played, of course, here at Edgbaston, 91 against the Aussies. That must have been a pretty special day.
It was, yeah. And again, I'm sure for when you play at your home ground, any time for England, it's special. But when you're in a big tournament, it just puts another sort of nice edge to it, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, the guys will be excited, and our record at home generally in any cricket is very good. So we'll certainly be up there as favourites, I'm sure. And if we can have a little bit of luck along the way, and everyone's fully fit and raring to go, then I think we'll have an exciting squad to certainly compete in that World Cup.
Just going back a little further, in 1999 you were a 17-year-old on the brink of your first team debut for Warwickshire, and your recollections of the World Cup that year, Australia versus South Africa, and AD's famous run out in the semi-final at Edgbaston. Yeah,
it was obviously a disappointing, I suppose, game for South Africa, and obviously with Warwickshire, we've got such an attachment to South Africa with Pollock and people like Donald and Brian McMillan who played for South Africa in those games. So it's obviously it was disappointing. It was an amazing game, and I suppose Warwickshire, or Edgbaston in particular, has a knack of hosting great games of cricket, whether it's Ashes cricket or one-day cricket. It's a special venue, so hopefully there's more to come when the World Cup comes around again.
There will be some great sides competing in 2019, but it would be wonderful if England can lift that cup on their own turf, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think when it's at home, you need to have the home country having a good run and getting all the way to the final. It just makes for a better tournament, but there's no doubt in white ball cricket now, the way India have played over the last 12 months or so, they're going to be favourites. Pakistan, I mean, it's white ball cricket, I suppose, and 50 over cricket, it's wide open. There's some seriously good players now, and depending on the surfaces we get, if it's a dry summer and it's pretty flat wickets, it'll be wide open.